This is English Grammar. I'm Kamaldeep from English Tweaks. In this episode, I'm going to go over the progressive tenses. Progressive tenses express an action that are unfinished or in progress. There are three progressive tenses. Present progressive, for example, it is snowing. Then past progressive, for example, it was snowing when I drove to work. And the future progressive, for example, it will be snowing by the time I get home. To understand these progressive tenses in a better way, let's watch this video clip.
You form the present progressive tense by using a form of the verb be followed by an ing verb. For example, I am watching a movie. It is easy to confuse the simple present and the present progressive. What's the difference between it rains in Seattle and it is raining in Seattle? It rains in Seattle states that it rains in general. It does not necessarily mean that it is raining at the moment of speaking. It is raining in Seattle means that the rain started in the past, is happening now, and will probably continue into the future. Now, at this time, and currently are common adverbs in the present progressive. The present progressive can also express a scheduled event in the future. For example, this sentence is in the present progressive, she is starting school next semester. The meaning here is the same as the sentence in the simple future, she is going to start school next semester. The present progressive and simple future with be going to sometimes have the same. You can also use present progressive with always to say that something disturbs you. My neighbor is always playing loud music at night. Or, I am always making mistakes with verb tenses. Let's move on to the past progressive. The past progressive describes an event that was in progress in the past. To form the past progressive use was or were, followed by an ing verb. For example, I was working late last night. Sentences in the past progressive often have two actions. For example, it was snowing when the plane landed in Denver. Notice that the second action, landed, is in the simple past. The past progressive can also express an action in progress interrupted by a second action. I was running when I slipped and fell. Or, I was sleeping when you called. It is possible to have two progressive actions in the same sentence if the two actions are happening at the same time. You could say, I was sleeping when you were working. The future progressive tense describes an event that will be in progress in the future. To form the future progressive tense, use will be followed by an ing verb. For example, I will be waiting for you when you finish work. The future progressive can be useful when you are making plans. Imagine your friend wants you to pick her up at the airport tomorrow. But you have to work. You could tell her, I'm sorry, but I will be working when your plane gets in.
I hope you have learned how to use progressive tenses in English. But it is remembered that some verbs that is known as stative verbs that cannot be used in any of the progressive tenses. Let's watch this video clip to understand it.
There are some verbs that cannot be used in any of the progressive tenses. You would say, I own a car. Not, I am owning a car. Own is a stative verb. Stative verbs describe unchanging conditions or situations. Stative verbs often refer to mental states such as know, realize, like, believe, understand, love, hate, appear, and exist. A few verbs have both stative and non-stative meanings. Let's look at the verb think. I think the book is good is stative. The action does not change. I am thinking about you is progressive. It shows a temporary, changing action. Sensory verbs like see, taste, feel, smell, and hear work in the same way.
This brings me to an end of this lesson. If you like my videos, please subscribe to my channel. I'll come back with a new lesson. Till then, bye and take care.